They use a little sipping.
Right, and I remember the woman was trying to teach him, and you know, and he didn't even because he's trying to show out for the woman, you know. But now, right? But now he's all more of a humble. You know, Most High put a different spirit on him to where, you know, now he's like, man. He said, this is my religion, man. I want to apologize to you, you know. But that's just a testimony that, you know, the Most High, you know, can just eventually just show you a glimpse. You know, he also can go back to sleep too.
Yep. It was probably just done as a testimony. You know, that's probably what it was done for, because it ain't. You know what he said in his message also. He said, well, I believe that this is our religion, but I still go to the Christian church. So you know, it was just done as a testimony. And then also the scripture says that the Most High will choose your delusion. You know, so it's the Most High that puts you to sleep, or it's the Most High that wake you up.
And then close your eyes again. See, put them demons on you again. You know, because he can walk somewhere and tell somebody that, you know, you're Israelite, and they can just go look it up. Just say because you're Israelite, and then run into us a week later, or just see us online. You know,
when he put his talent in his back pocket.
Yeah, he tucking him.
You go grab your precept.
His precepts pertaining to the guy, because it seems as though he went and he encountered somebody, and they probably filled it in a better scenario. Maybe filled them in that he was an Israelite, and he was probably. He said what?
No, slide. He said his therapist was into this.
Oh, that was the spirit that made me get this right here. Yep. So that's usually what happens, and then they get humble, and you know that shows humbleness and being contrite when you can come back and actually put your pride aside and apologize to people that you was acting belligerent towards. You know?
Right.
So this is Romans 10 and you got something to say?
No, you can go ahead. Go with you. You speaking to the camera.
Oh, okay. All right. This is Romans 10 and 17, because that guy, he didn't really have faith, but you know, the scriptures say prove all things, but sometimes sometimes we won't hear things, we won't actually listen to things unless they come from somebody that we actually wanted to come from, like, or somebody that we held in high regard, like the prophets. They didn't listen to the prophets because they wasn't held in high regard all the time. There was moments when they were, but you get what I'm saying. Romans 10 and 17, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing of the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai God. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. You know, and that's pretty much what's going out. You know, this guy, he heard from us. He was in the bad pile, and then he heard from someone else, and then, you know, his faith came a little bit more. Now he can return. You know, he's trying to hear a little bit more of it, you know, so you got to build that faith up. That's what the brother was saying, like, you got to, now that you know, you got to go to that next level. Verse 19, but I say, did not Israel know? That's what the brother was saying, like, now that you know, you got to keep on. Did not Israel know? First Moses said, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you. But Isaiah is very bold and saith, I was found of them that sought me not. I was made manifest unto them that asked not after me, you know?
So basically, you know, can you read it one more time? Yeah. Because the Most High, you know, first, you know, manifested, you know, the truth through him, you know, by speaking, you know, we came with a rough, you know, voice, you know, when he couldn't basically receive it. But afterwards, you know, after, you know, he lighted the spirit up a little bit, and then it came, you know, one more time.
It says, verse 19, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you. But Isaiah is very bold and said, I was found of them that sought me not. I was made manifest unto them that asked not after me. And that's pretty much what was going on. Like, you know, the scripture say, I was found of them that sought me not. And we're constantly found of those that don't seek us or seek the Heavenly Father. You know, And it says, I was made manifest unto them that ask not after me. We're right here, we manifest in downtown Detroit. And still people don't really want to inquire about the truth of the scriptures. Like they really think it's all been figured out. Like you can't, you know, the Lord likes to reveal things in stages, you know. But it says, verse 21. But to Israel he saith all day long, I have stretched forth my hands unto a disobedient and gainsaying people. And that's all it is, you know. So that's what's good. That's gonna be the program until it's the end, you know, until the Lord switch it to the next stage, you know, which is that family of the word, martial law, RFID chip, you know, yeah, the whole 9 yards, right?
I got two scriptures that I like to read off the shot. Because the Lord made a covenant with the house of Israel, and another word for covenant is marriage. So this is Romans. This is Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Yahushua, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promise. And the other one is in Hebrews 8:8. It says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So another word, a synonym for covenant will also be marriage. So Yahushua, that's another way to prove that Yahushua is married into the house of Israel. The word married means covenant. You know, when you get married, that's you and the woman making a covenant agreement. Which also proves that Yahushua isn't coming for anybody but the house of Israel.
I got a scripture if y'all still work.
Yeah, hold on. It's Revelation.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
Did you get Jordan?
Yeah, I read it.
This is Revelation. This is back in Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. Alright,
I think the last one we were talking about. Right there, because his brother said, I was talking about the blessing name.
Yahushua, and when she travailed, you know, when she travailed, because it goes from talking about Israel, meaning the nation, it makes a metaphor about Israel, the nation, comparing Israel to a woman with the sun and the moon and with the stars. But then it goes down, and then no pictures. And then it goes down, and it talks about when she travailed, ready to be delivered. That's talking about Mary giving birth to Yahushua.
this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
Right, the third part is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
It's going to be Daniel's 9. Talked about it's talking about the Roman Empire invading in 70 AD, 9 to 26. Because the third part of the stars, well, the stars represents the children of Israel, and the third part of the stars represents Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which were left in the land of Judah. Now, in 70 AD, the Romans besieged Jerusalem, and they killed a lot of the Israelites. That's the reason why in Matthew 24 and 16, the Lord said, when you see the abomination that maketh desolate, flee ye into the mountains. That was talking about 70 AD when the Romans would besiege the children of Israel. Now this is out of the book of Daniel, which the Lord revealed unto Daniel a prophecy concerning the Romans besieging Israel. So this is Daniel 9:26. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and until the end of war desolations are determined. So that's what happened to the three tribes that were left. The so-called white man came in like a flood.
This is back in Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. I'll start about. I'll start from verse 3 again. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. Verse 4, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was.
Because they were trying to kill you, basically Yahweh Shai, when he went to Egypt, or before he left. Because Herod, what's that? Matthew chapter 2. Oh, because.
Whatever you like.
You grab it now.
Okay, this is Matthew 2:1. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judah, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Yahushua should be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judah, for thus is written by the prophet, and thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah are not the least among the prince of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently the time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me a word again, that I may come and worship him also.
So hold on. That indicates that the heathen know.
Yeah.
They pay attention to the prophecy. Herod knew when he said his heart was basically grieved when he found out the king of the Jews. Why? Because he wanted to be the king of the Jews. First of all, he wanted to be the king of the Jews, and on top of that, when he found out that our Lord was here, that meant their destruction.
Right. And even Pontius Pilate, he got scared when he found out that the accusation that he's the son of God. He got a little scared. He was like, whoa, hold on. We come back here. What say that again?
Because they heard of it.
Yeah.
They heard of that thing. Man, these heathens know that we are with. What you got to say?
The Ishmaelites that came by a while back smoking, they knew we were the Israelites.
Yeah, right. They knew it was the Israelites.
They was like, yeah, y'all are the Israelites.
Yeah, right. Hey, and they started smoking again.
Well,
y'all the Israelites.
kept walking.
Right. Y'all all God's chosen people. Even the guy over across the street, yelling at cars and shit, and no, seriously, he's yelling at cars and shit.
Gonna be greater than the heathen in the kingdom.
Greater than anybody ever was born, man, or any nation. But those heathens, they pay attention to our prophecy. They pay attention to this prophecy that the Most High bestowed upon us. So why you think they out there trying to disrupt us right now? Got that nuke to end all be all, the nuke to try to get rid of us, because if they can't take the kingdom, they're gonna try to take us out. Nobody has. Yep, that's what's that nuke. So they pay attention, man. That's why they say they're wiser than Daniel. Right now it's only about the prophecies. What's that? 19:10, the spirit of prophecy, Revelations. That's all. It's all about getting these prophecies out, because we at the end of We're at the end, and the prophecies are pinging every day. Hey, Obama sound as y'all speaking in love. Hey, Obama, he's my president. Don't let your president get your ass whooped. His ass signed executive orders continuously. On the last day he leave, he probably signed more executive orders, man. What, to pigeonhole you niggas in the hole? And that's a heathen. He don't want you to survive this either. He might got an Israelite woman.
Man.
A man. Shim, both of them. But these heathens do not want us, our people, to come out of this hellhole. Because what did he do? Right, they like they. You worried about Trump? Hey, Trump just gonna be the least of your worries, man. Hey, yeah, we love Trump. All three of y'all, we love Trump. He gonna bring the new world order, and we gonna be happy.
They still, bro.
That's when we gonna be elated. He gonna bring it, cause he can't do nothing else what he's told to do. Shit, that's what I got. Go ahead.
This is verse 9. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was, and that proves right there that it wasn't a literal star, that it was a chariot, as we call it, as the scriptures call it.
It went over because it just went over where the child was at. Hey, it moved. That was a chariot.
And they show you in that movie, the Life of Brian. In the opening scene, there's it looks like a star because it's glowing. But it was traveling, and then when it went over where the Messiah was, it stayed there. Verse 10, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy, and when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him.
Right, he was a young child when they saw him. He was a young child. He was not that one in the manger that you see.